because I was making all the rookie mistakes. Fast forward 5 years, I was making.
Okay, guys, what's going on? It is Thursday at the moment, and we're currently looking at a few pairs right now. So I'm looking at Euro JBP right now. You know, we're still struggling to get above this. I want to see if we did close above this pivot, but I want to see if we actually like go up through the day. What I personally want is I would want to, since there's not a lot of risk to reward on top of that diversion line, I would want to see something to go move like all the way down here, something like that, and then we'll see some kind of resistance, and we'll hold the 200 EMA basically, and the daily pivot, and then we push up. But yeah, that's Euro JBP at the moment. GBGPY. We just got a lot of divergence here. A lot of divergence today. I think this thing could go up today, to be honest. We're off this like little level right over here. We're off the support. And there's divergence, so I feel like we could break the 50, possibly see maybe some momentum up to the upside. Just choppy right now. JPUSD, same thing. We are like around the 800 EMA right now. Pivots below us, and like there's not really a good entry anyways. It's still above this little zone. GN is actually kind of on my watch list right now. We're below the daily pivot, but there's still divergence. So there's actually a D1 right over here, but it's just not working out, Now toward the divergent line, it's about 1.7 R, but 1.3 R toward that zone. So and it looks choppy right now. So nothing really significant. I wanted to break this level basically. So it's not the best. It's not the best on my watch list. GCAD, like it's just holding above this. Bullish divergence. I feel like we are probably gonna go up today on CAD pairs. Euro JBP, like I said again, I would, this thing looks actually like the best thing today. With the liquid 50 falling right now, I expect it to. I'm expecting a fall in price right now. I think we're not gonna hold this level, and then we're gonna fall below the 50. Euro AUD. This is actually a part of my watch list. So right now, what I'm mostly looking at is Euro JBP, Euro AUD, and JP and ZD. But yeah, so Euro AUD, there's bearish divergence on it, obviously right here. So it's still holding the daily pivot. What I want to see, it is swapping liquid 50, but it's been in the buy zone for most of the day. What I want to see is possibly a rejection. Liquid 50 is falling right now, but possibly a rejection off the high, and then we could see basically liquid 50 falling from right over here, the shift happening right over here, but possibly price to go all the way down here, break the 50, and bounce basically from this daily pivot off the daily pivot 250, and then possibly enough RR to at least go toward the zone right over here to the Asia high or the diversion line. But that's basically what I'm looking at. I mean, to be honest, guys, like I'm already up like 4% on the week, so I'm really gonna be careful these next couple, like tomorrow and today and Friday, because like I don't want to lose any profits, and I already hit my goal. So my goal this week was 4%, so I hit that, and I'm just happy about that. So still gonna be careful. There's nothing really here that makes me want to like for me to put additional risk. So we'll just see. GA, and it's just like it's basically bouncing from this zone right over here, bullish divergence zone, and then the Asia high right over here. So it's kind of ranging. It's above the pivot right now, and it's EMAs or short bias. Like I said, like if we find enough risk to reward. Oh, we want to take it, but there's no divergence yet on it. So, yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing really significant here. There's no divergence or anything like that. I would be interested if we saw some kind of, I guess, rejection and divergence right over here. Maybe taking in enough risk to reward toward the zone right over here, possibly the Asia low. I would be interested in that. But like I said again, there's no divergence here, which is fortunate. Now, if you take Now, technically, if you put this right over here toward the RSI high, price action, like price action low to RSI high right over here, it does make a high here, but it kind of respects this line. But that's something I could use risk to reward to, but I wouldn't recommend any beginners to do that. And today, I don't feel like, I just want to do really clean setups. Yeah, so there's like 2R on that. Yeah, I mean the divergent isn't really clean, so that's why we want to see something really clean on that on GA. But it makes sense. Bullish divergence on it as well. Still enough room on our side. Yeah, GN you said. For GN, I mean it's just like there's bullish divergence. It's still above the daily pivot. You know, there's divergence right over here. It's just there's not enough risk to reward in my opinion, like to take it all the way down to the zone, which is 1 point around 1.3 R, and then whenever you try taking it toward the divergent line, it's about like 1.7, ideal 1.7 R. So for me, like that's not worth it. I really want to see more than 2R. Um, and then yeah, it's just choppy right now. Like there's no formal structure right now. So it breaks the 50. It goes up, makes a higher low, and then and goes up again. Maybe some more confirmation. Liquid 50 is starting to rise. But for me personally, there's not enough risk to reward on that setup. So I want to see more risk to reward. Um, let's see. Euro repeats falling again. I feel like this thing's gonna fall today. Most likely. We have 6:45 p.m. news. GA. So if I take this, it's probably gonna be 1/4% to be honest. I would only want to get into it at 1/4%, and then my rules are gonna make me lock stop really early. Just cause I mean, like I just and not really like I don't fucking spread on this thing is freaking 36. I mean, fucking insane. It's like more than 10 pips, so I'm not trying to do that unless I get a really good price on it. Makes a higher low from right over here. It's not the cleanest, like honestly today, like it could be so much cleaner. Yo, Austin, how's it going? Yeah, I know. I see it. So we'll see what this does. I like how it's off the pivot, daily pivot, and then the basically the 50. Liquid 50 is literally like, it's not even like, looks like it's trying to just basically it's not moving at all, which is something you don't really want to see, to be honest. You want to see it to at least start falling your direction. It looks like it's rising at the moment from right over here. So we'll see. We'll see what this does. If I do get in it, I want to get in on a really good price, and then I still want to see structure on it. And thanks, Shaq. Appreciate it. Appreciate you attending the streams. Could see a bounce here. There is divergence off this range, which is kind of interesting. But it's not really off a significant level, so I wouldn't have taken it either way. It is kind of off right over here. 4-hour looks like it's trying to come down, possibly. Who knows? Can't really tell with US 100 right now. Yeah, just basically look at this big wick. That's funny. Euro NZD. Holy crap. This is not really on my watch list, to be honest. But Mr. Austin likes it. Above the daily pivot. Trying to take a long, Austin. Maybe off the 50 or the daily pivot. Let's see how it reacts toward the Asia high, if it actually passes through. Hey, not a problem, Shaq. Appreciate it. I'm a pivot. So, pivot is basically resistance and support. These lines that you see right over here. You can get the pivot indicator on TradingView. Just put pivot traditional. So they basically just show us like there's standard resistance and support lines. But usually what I use them is like what the daily pivot is doing. So this P is the daily pivot. So if price is above the daily pivot, we're probably going to see some a possibility of bullish, like, you know, to take it long. If it's below the daily pivot, you know, we'll see it possibly go bearish momentum on it, you know. For me, it's not really like, I don't use it really too bad in my trading. You know, but I've been using it more and more in my markups because I do like the idea of it. So it's just basically like a level of, like, I guess another level of confluence on my side. Looks like there's maybe some divergence here. GN just basically completely destroy that. So it looks like it may, breaks the 50 with this D2 idea. It could go all the way up to the 200 EMA. EG. Still struggling. GA. Basically, still making, nah. From this previous structure, it's not making high or low. But it did hold this structure right over here, which is something I want to see. It's not the cleanest though. Yeah, pretty much. But I don't really use it. Sometimes I will use it to determine risk to reward if there's like maybe a pivot in the way, but not really. It's just mostly I use it for the daily pivot, where the daily pivot is at the moment. But it's kind of interesting, like whenever I've been backtesting it more and more and more, where like how price reacts to the daily pivot. Lots of like ideas. Yeah, I'm not rushing anything today. I'm already up on the week, so I'm more than happy. I like how US 100 is forming structure right here. That's usually, you don't see a lot of structure, confluence of structure, and if you do, it's usually really high probable. Liquid 50s in the buy zone, but this is kind of a counter trend trade. Liquid 50s is in the sell zone, but it is oversold, as you can see right over here. So it does give you a little confidence on the idea, and it is kind of off a level, not really. Looks like price started, I guess, like stagnate at this level. Right over here. But basically what I want to see, I will take this trade. Obviously this is going to be a C setup. There's no way I would ever take it to something else. Probably like maybe a retest right over here, and then like stop to be right over here about 21 points, which is not a lot. This thing moves pretty hard on the market open and take it up to the 300 to the 800 EMA. I don't know. I may go like literally 1/4% on that. Take my 3R and leave. Because this thing is bullish, so I am fighting against the trend. So what I have to watch out for is locking my stop as soon as possible. Because with US 100, you don't even know what could happen. It could literally go either direction so fast. but I still love it. I have a really love and wonderful relationship with use 100 right now. Looks like it's just basically trying to be off that pivot, daily pivot, right? Yeah, it's touching that daily pivot, so who knows? We could see a rise on it. Yeah, nothing really nice. I do like, I kind of do like his trade, but let's see. I mean, I like how it's off the structure and possibly this range. There's enough risk to reward to take it all obviously up. There's obviously going to be a pullback. It kind of bounce off this level. So I may just take it at 1/4% right here if it bounces to 50, which is literally it's about to. So I think I'm going to take it, but I'm going to do 1/4%. Not in yet. I want to see a hold and a bounce with bullish momentum before I get in. That's usually how I enter my trades. That's usually how I lock my stop really fast into profit. So obviously with that momentum right there, there's no way I'm entering right now at the moment. Boom, 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 boom. So yeah, look at that. I have some people who literally just enter on like whenever it touches the 50 EMA. It's like, come on guys, you gotta fucking be careful with that. Literally, like, you can do anything it wants. So yeah, I'm not looking to enter it. Yeah, I'm an industry trader. I've been trading indices for about 3 years, so yeah, I trade indices quite often. So that's something I don't even want to see. Just basically look at that RSI. Fucking jumps the moon on you. That tells me that momentum is still there. I want to see how we hold off the structure. Yeah, there's still a lot of momentum for the sellers right now. GA moving up. EG still trying to hold. I feel like EG is just probably either gonna fall today or just chop out. GC is basically doing its own thing. EA, yeah, just there's nothing really good today. There's no need to force anything. GN looks like I said again, looks like it's gonna go over up to 200 EMA. GU, GJ, yeah, nothing significant. Looking at mostly EA, GA, and EG. GN is just basically reversing on us. Let's see what we do here. Trying to hold off some support. Yeah, it's pretty much it's the same system. I just have to basically change the rules, not change the rules a little bit. I guess just basically do little things a little bit differently because indices obviously it's more volatile, so you know you're more risk averse than Forex. So you definitely got to be careful with indices. Like I'm telling you guys, like indices can do anything it freaking wants. So for me, you know, obviously whenever I enter indices, you know, I lock my stop literally at maybe a couple of points into profit. And yeah, like, and the reason why is because like this is a volatile pair. It can literally go your direction so fucking fast. I'm telling you, it could either literally fall like 50 points in less than a minute. That's like that's a lot. So I always try locking my stop into profit as soon as I can, which looks like we're having some support right over here, which is something I want to see because we have basically higher high, and then higher low. So I'm not going to enter on the first break of the 50. I mean, not the first break, but this break of the 50 yet. But this does give me a better risk to reward, which is something that I really, that's something I love. What is it like? Not really, like 23 points. No, I don't trade stocks. Let's see if we hold that structure. Looks like, yeah, sellers are just in control right now, which is fine. Whenever there's so much momentum and there's like, I guess either sides are in control. I mean, like either buyers or sellers are really in control. You gotta fucking watch out because it could go against your direction so fucking hard. I would look to trade it just to get profit and leave. Because right now, no one is swing trading indices. Look at this. Like if you guys look at the 1 hour, like it's so choppy right now and it's so undecisive. You guys don't know what it may do, what it could do. Everyone right now, like who's a smart trader, is basically scalping and short term like day trading indices and stocks because they know like anything can happen and it's indecisive and unpredictable. So they just basically get as much profit as they can and leave, just quickly run from it, which is a smart thing to do. Yeah, it just fell basically off that pre-market range. It's trying to hold the pre-market range at the moment. Yeah, sellers are in control right now. Still trying to hold. GA. Still trying to hold. Looks like Austin was looking at EN. Yeah, today there's nothing really something that I like. Only reason I would trade indices is because there's you can get so much risk to reward on that, and then you could literally be in and out of the market in less than 10 minutes if you really want to, which is something that I really do want. You know, basically scalping them. It literally just bounced off that pre-market high. I mean, pre-market low. Question is, am I early or am I on the wrong side? No, I still like how it respects it, but I don't like the momentum that I've saw so far. So I don't think I would even want to take that because that momentum was telling you literally one thing: the slowers are in control. And as you can see, your pre-market was just starting to fall. Makes sense, but this is where I took my idea for a long yesterday. Goes 3R until the pre-market open. Until the market opens and it just basically chops its way all the way down. With that, look at that momentum. It's fucking crazy. Literally go like 100 points below your direction so fast. Which technically, if you're trading indices, that's like 100 pips. Yep. Let's see what we do here. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of bullish momentum. You could obviously there's bullish momentum on here. Yeah, there's divergent, but you can clearly see who's in control right now, which is for me is the buyers. So I'm not really wanting touching that. Looks like it just bounced from the 50, which that's literally what it could do. Like that's why you guys need to be careful whenever you be taking these, I guess, shittier trades, because it could either bounce from the 50 or literally go break through the 50. You have to have probabilities against your direction to take the trade. That's why we have these indicators for. Probabilities against everything. Because again, like I've seen it so many times where D1s literally bounce off the 50 and just stop you out so hard. For this, it's just choppy right now. I don't know if that's what it looks kind of choppy right here. GA. EA looks like it's bullish too with the GA correlation. So yeah, nothing really nice today. We could see a D2 idea off here, which I don't really trade D2s. There's a lot of room. Don't get me wrong, but like, come on, it's a Thursday. I'm up 4% on this week. I'm more than happy about that. So there's nothing really, for me to. And look what I said. It will go up to 200 EMA. Should. That's what it's doing right now. So imagine if you took like a long right over here. That's about 1R, almost 2R, 1.8R. It's all about probabilities, you know? You know, what are the probabilities against you? Sometimes I would take a trade something like that where it's, you know, breaks the 50 and it's a clean directional trade. But I don't know. I would want to see like a smaller entry for risk to reward. If the momentum is there, then you're like, very rarely will I trade D2. So if the momentum is there, like I can clearly see who's in control for the day, and then there's an actual clean risk to reward trade. Let's just say I'll like right over here. You know, as price is basically like rising right over here. So that would be like the kind of risk to reward idea that I will take. And then, you know, taking it at least up to 200 to the right over here. It's not enough risk to reward though, unfortunately. But that's kind of an idea of, you know, kind of like D2 idea if I would take it. But obviously I wouldn't recommend any of you guys doing it because most of you guys I presume are beginners, so I wouldn't recommend doing it. GN looks like definitely a better D2 though. GC definitely has potential. Take it up. Something like that, maybe risk to reward wise. 2.4R over there. That makes sense to me. It is oversold too. But like I said again, I want to see momentum. I'm a momentum trader. EG, EA. Looks like it's breaking against the divergent line. Looks like it was a D1 idea right over here. Looks like, let's see. Off the daily pivot. Yeah. No, maybe. Nah, not really. GA. Divergent. EA. EG. EG is just choppy right now. But definitely GC has potential for maybe a D2 idea. But like I said again, very rarely will I trade D2 ideas. I would want to see momentum, and you know, obviously it's a C setup. And if I took this trade, it'd probably be 1/4% for sure. I want the RSI to be TL. I want to see clean bullish momentum. I definitely want to see like the buyers are in control, and maybe get a cleaner risk to reward, tighter stop on that. GN, like I said again, it's just pushing up, so 1.7R from right over there. Typically what you see sometimes is whenever like the markets right now, it looks like it's reversing, you'll basically see a reversal off the pivot or the 200 EMA, and then while you know sometimes you know while the liquid 50 still holds in the correct zone, usually New York session will see basically another reversal off the 200 EMA toward the direction that we want. So that's why it's important to, I guess, stay patient, because opportunities can come, you know, just not right now. Looks like it's just one of those days that it's reversing, so yes sir. But I kind of like GC, but I'm pretty sure we have news. We have news about, what is it, 7:30. I'm not red folder news, just UZ news. So nothing really significant there. EG. Nothing there. Nothing. 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 Looks like Gene is still popping up. And I completely missed. Let's see. So, I like how it's trying to hold. It's trying to hold, basically, the bison right over here. We may have just been a little bit early. Let's see. I want to see a retest. I want to see the bison hold. This is the level right over here, the previous high. So it did bounce off the pre-market low, which is something I definitely want to see, but it's not really holding structure. It's not holding proper bullish structure. It is, I mean, obviously, like, you know, it's goes over here, breaks the 51s. I wanted for it to hold proper structure, which, you know, with the US 100 is kind of impossible to see. So I may just literally quickly scalp it if I do see the momentum arise. That's only. Let's see what GC does. Liquid 50 is rising. It's off the support 1 on the pivot. I kind of like the risk to reward, but I don't know. If I ever take this, it'll be literally 0.25%. I'm locking my stop as soon as I can. And then, you know, basically I want more confirmation of bullish momentum. And then basically confirmation of the RSI through the TL. The liquid 50 on the 1 minute goes into the proper zone. But yeah, just as much confirmation and confidence as I can to higher the probabilities. And then again, with my trading style, I'll probably just lock the stop at maybe probably at 2 or 3 R. 2 or 3 R. Now, if it pre-test the 50, should I standard risk to reward? I could get like maybe a tighter stop on that. Zone is in the way, so it's 1.5 R. But I do like the risk to reward idea on that. But it hasn't bounced off the 50, so not yet. Actually, and then I'll check the 1 hour today. Nah, that's insignificant. Looks like we're holding above the 800 EMA. GN. Yeah, we're going up. I feel like GN will go over the 200 EMA, the 50 or 200, and then we'll see a rejection. Possibly a D1 idea to the short side if the liquid 50 holds in the proper zone. Maybe GA will probably go up. Try to hold above the 21 EMA. I want to see it retest the clean bounce. If I do see it. Daily pivot on 200 EMA. Maybe shorting it. Possibly, but probably maybe usually the 200 EMA. It's gonna. I mean, the liquid 50 going to the buy zone will be probably the main issue, because usually it doesn't happen like that. Your JPY, GA just basically going off. EA, EG. It's trying to hold. I want to see what we do here. If we actually hold it above this level. Yeah, kind of choppy right there. Looks like we're going up on this. Looks like we tried holding from right over here. Try the pivot, and now we're going up on that. But again, there's not enough risk to reward in there. If you took that, we'd be up like barely 1R. see what we do toward the zone over here. So we actually retest the 50. Yeah, looks like we're pushing up. I like the momentum side. So we hold from this level. Liquid 50 is falling though. So I want to see if we actually hold off the level. Looks like we're trying to push off that level. So trying to push off that level. Let's see what we do here. Looks like we're trying to close above that level. Liquid 50 is trying to hook up. That's what something I want to see. Trying to close off that level. Let's see if we do that. Boom, 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 boom. Life of a trader, just the waiting game. That's all you gotta do. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, 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 hey. Oh my god, there's another thunderstorm here. Are you kidding me? You are. Oklahoma. Boom, 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 boom. Dum, 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 dum. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. I like that risk to reward wise. Liquid 50 is now in the buy zone. Ten. I like that risk to reward wise, but I'm only gonna get some momentum right there. Dun, dun, dun. I like that risk to reward wise, but I want to see momentum. I trade a momentum, so if it's not giving me momentum, then I'm not trading it. I want to retest in the 50. But that's actually going to be something that I definitely want to see momentum on, because it could either break the 50 or go through the 50. The way I see it, yeah, it's making higher lows, but it is also making divergence right over here. So it could either go both ways. I want to see what we do here. It's momentum side here. some momentum there. If I'm taking this like really small risk, 1/4%. I took it right over here. I think I'm gonna lock my stop as soon as we break that zone at 10553.3. That's when we break. Once we break that zone, I'm locking my stop. 1.55.
Introducing song lyrics on YouTube Music, so you can sing along to your favorites.
1.551. Yeah, that's our break even right there. Oh, that momentum right there. That momentum right there. Looks like Bear Divergence hitting in on that right now. I got stopped that at 0.23%. 0.23%. So yeah, super loss, but small loser. Keep your losses small. Just rejecting off that zone. GN. Yeah, I like that. Only problem that I have is liquid 50 is rising. There's definitely enough risk to reward on that. From right over there. 50's right there, so at least there's enough risk to reward for me to lock my stop and close half if I really wanted to. And enough 3R to the bottom right over there. Yeah, I like this. The only thing I'm proud of is like the liquid 50 is rising. And it's the D2 idea. Yeah, from right over here. It'd only be actually a 2 point divergent line on the TDI. But definitely. But I think it still has some momentum, some bullish momentum to go up still. But it has been building, so this could be a good idea. Take it short. Only thing is, liquid 50 is rising and the 50 is in the way. But like I said, there is enough risk to reward to make it to one, at least one R. Because with this D2 idea, I've seen it sometimes literally go above the 200 EMA, bounce from the 50, and then just go up. So you definitely have to be careful with that. Cucky fucker. I'd stop out on that. Just making a retest right over here. See if you see a first break of the 50. Yeah, right over here. First break. I want to see more bear structure. Looking for the go to the sell zone. Always had to go through the TL. But first break of the 50 happens right over here. Yeah. Looks like he still has some momentum.
The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly grows. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason, but I'll cherish every day till I'm on my way this season. Each time of year carries memories, like an never-fading whisper in the breeze.
It tried breaking the 50, but it bounced from it.
Keep on changing all over again. Yeah, we will keep on changing, just like another season. Don't wanna know
Yeah, I agree with you, Jack. A lot of confluence still, but it is it's a good idea. Even though the TL, I mean the EMAs are rising, which kind of fucks up the risk to reward. It makes the risk to reward less and less as it starts rising more and more. Because like 1 hour toward the 800 EMA, I mean it's not the best, but you know it's enough where I could lock myself at 50% and you know break even. Yeah. I mean, you could always take the first break of the 50, but that's always like less probable. You know, you could try putting half your risk on the first break of the 50. Because this is what I was thinking. You know, that's what I knew Jane was gonna rise, and I was thinking maybe a D1 idea off pivot, daily pivot, or the 200 EMA. It's pushing up. So I got it in US 100. I'm locking my stop by break even. 10 pips was the initial like risk on it. I'm locking my stop by break even at 10. What is it? 10.559. Yeah, 10.559.8. That's where I'm locking my stop. I break basically break even. I know I was just a little bit early. Same thing, you know, I got stopped at 0.25%, but I was just a little bit early. Which happens on US 100. It happens a lot whenever you're gonna be a bit early. But yeah, it's risk free now. More than happy about that. I was just a little bit early on that, which, you know, it makes sense. Almost at 2R. I closed half at 1R. I'm about to close another half. Not another half, but probably like 40%. That's a beautiful trade. I was just a little bit early. I know we had this little structure trend line right over here, but I knew we were going to break out of that in a matter of, I guess, time. And there was bearish divergence on it as well. But, you know, we still got it. falling. 50-minute candle still has momentum up to the upside. So we're basically at break even for the day right now. I was about to close more at 2R, but it didn't hit 2R yet. We'll see what it does. Yeah, GP and ZD, I feel like it still has momentum to the upside still. Maybe probably up to the daily pivot. There's still no confluence of bearish momentum right there. It's not always required, but it gives you a better confluence, a better probability. So I would recommend it if you don't want to get, I guess, stopped out. I mean, basically like jump into a lot of false breakouts. Oh, we're about to get stopped out of break even. So we took it as a break even trade. Let's see if we hold above that resistance line. One 1.556, 1.7. Which is not quite yet there. It did wick my stop loss, but it hasn't broken yet. Imagine this thing going like 10R. And I barely get, I almost get stopped out there. Yeah, GP and ZD just broke that TL right there. Oh, no, I got stopped out. So a little break-even trade, which is fine. No losers today. Yeah, that's what I thought, and it just basically broke through the 800 EMA and pivot, daily pivot. So we'll see what we do here. Yeah, exactly. Momentum just basically picked up so hard on that. Yeah, it's not that at all. It's just, you definitely want to see some bearish confluence on that. And yeah, it still hasn't been. It's been in the buy zone since right over here. So no bearish confluence yet. But took a small loss on US 100 and basically I was a bit early, but break even for the day, which is fine. Which is completely fine. I'm more than happy about that. Just sticking to my rules, following my plan. And yeah, so didn't lose any money today. That's what's important. That's to be honest, the only thing I care about, just not losing money. I don't really care if I break even on the day. Like break even on the day, basically, it's like the best thing ever because I did not lose any money. I protected my capital. All right. Let's see. One. Still trying to hold on that. It's holding above the daily pivot. Yeah, I don't really trade AUD JPY. I'm still holding above that. I just could take a minute, I guess. Could take a minute to basically, we're about the 800 EMA. So, we could take a minute to actually hold divergence. So GN right there, GU. GU is going up, GJ is going up, GCAD is probably going up with that idea that I had. Yeah, breaks to 50. There's enough risk to reward. And there's a lot of momentum right over here, so that's something I definitely wanted to see. Probably just a break of the 50, no retest, and go up to 200 EMA. Euro GBP. I wonder if there's a little. Nah, it's just literally that. GA. Nothing really significant. It's trying to hold below that pivot. It's probably divert. This thing's probably gonna go below today. Low confirmation. GCAD. I'm looking at this because I think this thing has potential to go over to 200 EMA. Just like it's holding structure right there. If it retests, I could possibly try getting in. GA and EG, yeah. Four minutes. But alright guys, so I have a call in 5 minutes with one of the AceFX members. So yeah, thank you so much for the stream. I know it's a bit early, it's 1:57. I mean it's 6:55. But hey, you know, what I currently think is GCAD will probably end up higher today. And then I think for GN, I'm still gonna trade, but I just won't be doing it live. And I think GN definitely has potential to go short today. There's even slight divergence right over here. So I definitely think this thing has potential to take it short. We're just a little bit early, which is fine. You know, you're going to be a little bit early sometimes. So, yeah. My bet is on GC and GM. That's what I'm currently going to be looking at. And, yeah, hopefully you guys have a fucking awesome day. Awesome trading day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Wildcard Friday, 5 a.m. Central Time Zone. You know, we'll see you guys there. Alright?
Can you dig it?